Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our virtual dairy science webinar this week. Today we have Ms. Nicole Nash, our 4-H agriculture program educator, who's going to be demonstrating us some tasty treats that you can make for Valentine's Day this year. This virtual dairy series is part of our Dairy in the Classroom program that's sponsored by the New York Agriculture in the Classroom program with funds from the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets. Ms. Nash, whenever you're ready, we'll turn it over to you.
Hey, hi guys. How are you? So this afternoon we're going to be making chocolate truffles. So you can see here I already made some ahead of time. We are going to be mixing some goat cheese and mascarpone, which is kind of like an Italian cream cheese. We are also going to include the recipe for you guys at in the link when we upload this video, so you guys can follow along. The cool thing about goat cheese that I really find refreshing is it has almost like a citrusy tang. It's very creamy, so it really lends to a very silky smooth texture inside these truffles. The interesting thing that you guys might find is I just picked up a plain one, but when you go to the grocery store, you can very easily get all sorts of flavors. There's lemon blueberry, I've seen honey goat, I've seen chocolate cherry. So you can really be creative and change the flavor. I actually found with the mascarpone, which is also what we're going to be adding to this, an espresso flavored one. So same thing, you can stick with plain or you can get flavored one, and you guys can really create something beautiful and delicious, based on flavors that you really enjoy. So we are going to start by mixing the mascarpone, the goat cheese, and some butter. And all this stuff has been sitting out a little bit beforehand, so this way it was nice and tempered. That's really going to help all of these textures and flavors meld together, so you're not going to get any lumps or bumps. So I'm going to add all this stuff in. So this is the butter right here. You kind of see it's a little melty, but this is great because it's really gonna let everything meld together. I'm adding in the goat cheese that we talked about, and again, this is just a plain one. And this is the mascarpone. You can see it's a very similar texture to cream cheese. Very, very, very buttery. You can use this in pasta sauces. It's really tasty. It really adds a great flavor profile to a lot of foods. So what I'm going to do is turn this on. So bear with me, it might get a little loud. And I'm just going to let this mix till it's all combined. We're going to scrape down the sides. You want to make sure that everything is well combined. Okay, one more mix. Okay, and then we are going to add in our powdered sugar. So this is really going to just add a little touch of sweetness. But not too sweet where we lose those flavors. So again, it's pretty fast. And if you guys don't have a stand mixer like this at home, you can very easily just use a spatula, or you can use a food processor if you have that at home as well. You're really just looking for it to be nice and smooth. So let me scrape down this guy so I can show you what it looks like, what we're working with. So it's very, very, very soft, very clean. Okay. So you can see very, very soft, very smooth, spreadable. So this is great, but we really now want to work with things at a cooler temperature. So we are going to pop this in the freezer. It has to chill for about 2 hours. You know, it's quite a little bit of time. So, you know, I would anticipate spending, you know, kind of like a half a day on this project. So I'm going to move this out of the way, but I did pop some in my freezer. So this way we can jump right into it. Let me grab that for you guys. So, and you can do this a few ways, guys. You can roll this by hand if you want. Again, your hands are going to be warm, so you don't need to spend a lot of time rolling them. You can use a piping bag like I did. You know, this is a great way to practice. You know, any way you want is really, you know, there's no wrong way to do it. You can even use small little cookie cutters if you want and press the goat cheese into that, and you can have all different kind of fun shapes. You know, if you wanted to do this project for, say, St. Patrick's Day, for example, you can do little shamrocks. You can do flowers for, you know, Easter or Mother's Day. So there's a lot of ways that you could really adapt this recipe and make it super fun. Truffles actually get their name, believe it or not, from the mushrooms. So they don't have to be perfect shape. If you've ever seen a truffle mushroom, they're very lumpy and bumpy, and they're kind of, you know, all different sorts of shapes. So much different than the truffles that you typically get at the grocery store, like the Lindor truffles, Godiva truffles. You know, there's all different ways that you can shape these. So, you know, again, you can roll them by hand if you want. You can put them in a piping bag. You can press them into molds, like I said. You know, it's really however you feel you want to make this. I'm going to grab the chocolate that I have tempering, and I'm going to show you guys a really easy way to really coat these guys in a safe way. So this way you're not sticking your hands in hot chocolate. Up until this point, you probably don't need too much assistance from a grown-up. But at this point, you probably do. So I have on my stove a double boiler. So that is a you know, like a small sauce pot filled with about water halfway, and then I have a bowl sitting on top of it. So the bowl isn't in the hot water; it's slightly above it, and then the steam from the hot water is causing the chocolate to melt and be smooth. You could do it in a microwave. It's just easier to do it on a stovetop, I find. And again, you can really change this as well. You can do milk chocolate, you can do white chocolate, you can do dark chocolate, you can mix and match. You know, you could really get creative here as well. So let me grab that and I will show you what we're gonna do next. Okay. So a fork, you know, a bigger fork is always easier. So all you guys have to do is kind of just rest this guy on here. And we're just gonna kind of drop it in the chocolate. You know, the fork helps allow that excess chocolate to drip off. And then you're just gonna place it right back on the sheet pan. Okay, again, you don't need to spend a lot of time in the chocolate because again, you spent about 2 hours chilling these guys. You know, they don't have to be perfectly round. That's totally fine. You know, but you don't want them to melt completely in the chocolate sauce. Okay. Yeah, and you can go slow. You don't have to rush. Yeah, but see how I'm not sticking my hands in the hot chocolate? You know, that's really important. And then here, I have a bunch of assorted sprinkles. So, you know, we have fun red sanding sugar, you know, some fun Valentine's Day stuff, some hearts, you know, some traditional, you know, red and white sprinkles. So again, this is something where you guys can get creative. If you love sprinkles, the more the merrier. If you're more of a, sparkly, shimmery sugar sprinkles, then, have at it. You can mix and match. You can add, nuts if you want, crushed cookies. There's really no limit to how you guys can decorate these. Okay. Okay, so then all you have to do is really just put them back in the fridge, and then you can go ahead and eat them once they set up. So again, this is a very, very simple project that you guys could do on your own. Okay, do we have any other questions?
Nope, we don't have any questions right now. But just a reminder to any classes out there, if you do have any questions that you'd like to ask Ms. Nash, feel free to put them into the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen.
Oh yeah, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this project, and we would love your feedback of some future projects that you guys would really like to see us do. Again, if you have any questions, you can feel free to email us at the 4-H email address. We'll also have that posted in the link as well. But other than that, I hope that you guys enjoyed and you had fun.
All right, thank you, Ms. Nash. And teachers and students, please stay on the lookout for our next virtual dairy science series. Have a great day.
Bye.